There. It's open. Got any more locks you need picked? How about you, Valencia?
I think not, thank you. I can't pinpoint the exact location of Quentin's medallion. He could be anywhere.
I'll scout it.
Quentin is our priority, but keep your eyes open. Who knows what the Ascendant Order left lying about? Let's take a look around. Ascendant Order propaganda. Don't be taken in. They are not as benevolent as they want you to think. No sign of Quentin yet, though. We should keep going. The Ascendant Order has the captains of our missing ships. But where are the Alliance leaders? First things first, clear the path to the South Crypts, please. We must rescue the captains and hope that Quentin is with them.
Lady Arabelle.
Colleen, Zaji, Zuzo. Thank the Divines you're all right. But where are the delegates?
Apologies, my lady. We lost our charges.
Zaji is not all right.
We were about to get company.
Jakan, free the captains. Friend, keep the Ascendant Order at bay. Buy us some time.
stupid thing won't... Wait, got it!
Collect Valencia and get the captains to safety, Jakarn. We'll find Quentin.
The Knights took Quentin away not long ago. I think they're questioning him now.
Then we must hurry. Come, my friend. It's Quentin.
Your peace is upon us.
What, General? What say you?
The war took everything from me. I am with you. How can I help?
The Order is trying to recruit Quentin? We have to put a stop to this.
Here is your chance, Quentin. Stop these fools and strike a blow for the people.
I'm sorry, Lady Arabelle, but I have made my choice. For the Ascendant
Do what
Order!
we must. We can't allow the General to stop us. I'm sorry it came to that. We ascended... I didn't expect Guild General Quentin to turn on us, and I certainly didn't desire his death. It seems sympathy for the Ascendant Order is more widespread than I knew. We must be cautious, particularly with whom we choose to trust going forward. Do I expect it? No. But that doesn't mean we should let our guard down. This venture wasn't a complete failure, though. We rescued the captains of our missing ships. We need to find out what happened at sea and what befell the Alliance leaders. To Mandrake Manor, my home in Gonfalon Bay. I'll mark it on your map. Jacan Valencia and I have been using my townhouse as a base of operations. I'm confident that it is as safe from the Ascended Order as any other location we might choose. Oh, the name comes from a book I'm rather fond of. I bought the manor to serve as my home in retirement, and I keep a few mementos of my career there. Meet me there, my dear, and we'll see what our rescued captains have to say about all this.
Jobs for gold.
You're a new face. Must be here about the notice, am I right? Of course I'm right. If you need work and aren't too concerned about the risks, then we should talk. I assure you I'm a fully sanctioned representative of the Gonfalon Bay authorities. Oh, you misunderstand. I'm not the hirer, just an agent. More of an administrator, really. I make sure the job brokers are on the up and up. Speak to Waylode, Paris Plouffe, or Druid Pisca. They hire adventurers on a daily basis. Curiosity, with a dash of prudence. Good qualities for an adventurer. Means you'll live longer. All right, who do you want me to tell you about? Waylode represents business interests in Gonfalon Bay. They're more than willing to pay for an adventurer's help to acquire items or gather components from specific locations. A single adventurer can usually handle these tasks. Sometimes the Sisters Guard and the various knightly orders need a little help, especially with the terrible monsters that lurk in the island's wild places. Paris recruits adventurers for these tough jobs. You'll need a group to deal with these. We've been having issues with lava fissures recently. They appear in various places, spew molten rock and strange creatures, and create a danger for the area. Druid Piska can tell you more. I recommend you form a group to deal with these threats. Easy as piercing Agora. Remember, Wayload provides jobs you can handle on your own. While Paris and Druid... I did indeed. There are important happenings going on right now. So important, even I don't know all the details. But that means the guards and the knights are extremely busy. Well, if it concerns High Isle, House du Fort usually foots the bill. If there's trouble on Aminos, that's mostly a concern for House Mornard. And the druids of the Stonelore Circle have thrown in the gold for the lava fissure problem. That's not really in my sphere of influence. But the noble houses and the Society of the Steadfast are gathering delegates for some sort of meeting here on High Isle. Whatever's going on, it's got the guards and the knight...
Hello. Would you have it?
Ah, there you are. Go inside and talk to Captain Colleen. Find out what happened at sea. I need a moment to collect my thoughts.
Must Zaji tell this sad story again? The last Zaji saw of Queen Irene, she was struggling to launch a damaged skiff. Then Zaji was swept away in the storm. Zaji was entrusted with getting her safely to High Isle, but he lost her and Koska. Zaji must admit, he was sleeping in his cabin when the storm hit. He woke up when cold water climbed into bed with him. The next thing Zaji knows, he is being fished out of the sea by strange knights. I'm saved, Zaji thinks. Then they tied me up. The annoying knights, yes. Zaji heard the commander talking. The Lord, they called him. He was angry the Alliance leaders did not wash ashore with Zaji. Zaji did not see the Lord's face, but he spoke like a Breton noble. Zaji could hear it. Zaji lost Queen Irene, and first mate Casca too. The wind and the waves must have carried them somewhere else. The Lord and the Magus, the Order's leaders, they swore to comb every beach until they found her. And the others too, Zaji supposes.
I honestly didn't think we'd ever leave that cell alive. I owe you a debt of gratitude, friend. We all do. And I owe Dockmaster of Gonfalon Bay payment of a different kind. I visit High Isle often, and I considered Arnauld a friend. Bah! An armored mage and a gang of ruffians were waiting at the shallows. They clubbed down all who made it ashore. Dockmaster Arnauld showed up, and I thought we were saved. But the mage, a Brent noble by his voice, paid him to walk away and leave. We were nearing landfall when a huge storm swept out of nowhere. I looked for the light at Gonfalon Head, but the lighthouse was dark. We were blown off course, crashed upon some rocks. I lost sight of High King Emmerich, but somehow made it to shore. I'm not sure. I didn't see any of the royals when I waded ashore, and I was the last one from my ship to make it to the beach. The tide turned as I swam in, and no one was washed up after me. I'm afraid you won't find the High King at the shallows.
Over here, dear. We have much to do. I adore this view. Isn't the Colossus a wondrous sight? Still, gazing upon it does nothing to quell my anxiety. Somehow the Ascendant Order learned not only about our secret peace talks, but that the Alliance leaders were going to attend. And neither do we. We're not even sure they're still alive, but we must hope. Your help has been invaluable thus far, my dear, and you've earned every piece of gold in this pouch. We'll find the Alliance leaders and unmask the Order. We have to. Just as the Colossus watches over Gonfalon Bay, I was supposed to keep the Alliance leaders safe. I failed. But at least they aren't in the Ascendant Order's hands. Not yet, anyway. What did Captain Colleen and the others have to say, dear? Breton nobles? Yes. We heard that as well when the Ascendant Lord and the Magus were speaking in the crypts. That's something to go on. And if the Alliance leaders didn't end up in the Shallows, we'll need to look elsewhere. What else, dear? Well, that's a lead we can investigate. I'd like to have a chat with Dockmaster Arnauld about that and a great many other things. I detest being lied to, and he did it with such conviction. You're still on retainer, dear. Would you care to join me? The Dockmaster's home overlooks the harbor to the west. Jakan and I will meet you there. First Quentin, now this. I hardly know who to trust. Times like these, I take a moment to contemplate the Colossus in the harbor. It helps. That's one of the wonders of the archipelago, dear. The locals are very proud of their statue, even if few of them know the real story behind who it represents. I like it as well. One of the reasons I bought the manor. Such a spectacular view. The Colossus of Gonfalon Bay is Baron Admiral Bendu Olo, though most on the mainland would know him as the Colovian King of Anvil. He formed the All Flags Navy around 2260 in the First Era to gain vengeance against the Slode for the Thracian Plague. The largest allied naval force in Tamrielic history. Ships from every nation and province participated, and many of the vessels were built right here on High Isle. The fleet launched from here and rained destruction upon Thras for their treachery. Nothing, my dear, but you asked. Lord Bakara selected High Isle for the peace talks because of that history, though. The All Flags Navy recalls a time when disparate people united in common cause. He hopes to inspire the delegates to do the same.
The mount is never unlucky.
Did you come here for crafting certification? You here for crafting certification? Don't worry, there's no cost involved. Your alliance covers all my fees. Once you're certified, they'll let you fulfill the crafting writs. They're daily requests for crafted goods, but they're only available to certified crafters. If you can show, I can train with certified blacksmiths, clothiers, and woodworkers. If that sounds like something you'd want, we can get... Of course. Anything with metal in it, bows, cloth, and leather goods. The crafting writs want... Have you spoken with Danelle Teleno? He handles certification and training for provisioning, enchanting, and out. Excellent! Let me know if you have some time. I'll prove you. I want you to... Yes, there's a place out...
So much to do.
I take it you found enough ore? Refining ore into ingots is a good way to build your muscles. Well, in one arm. Best to switch. Go to the blacksmithing. Every race. You can learn the red. You can learn how to craft with an iron dagger. The trick is the style material. Next is the... You'll regain some. It's a fancy way to say... You certainly... Of course. I'll get you certified. Let me know if you have some time. A good... I want to know. Absolutely. I want to... Absolutely. There's a place here. Look for... You should have... Every race. The Red Guards. You can learn how to craft... Crafted a good bow. Excellent. Now we can talk. You'll regain. It's a fancy way to say take some. You'll regain some compassion. I've seen it. Certainly. There's only one more. If you can show me. Of course. I spotted some.
What are you doing? Stop! Hey, Akatosh, get it off at me. Poor Rocky. All I wanted to do was ride him, but he didn't seem to want that. I won't give up, though. Someday I'll...
Search graph. The Red Guard style material is... You mean half high? Every race has a... Craft a pair of, you know, wonderful. You'll regain. It's a fancy. You'll regain some. It's a fancy. You're more already done. I have nothing. Of course, I can explain how to craft stronger items. You can easily, bring any temple somewhere. Bring any item. You can greatly improve weapons. If you bring tannins to a clothing station, you can easily create more powerful weapons. You can greatly improve weapons, armor, and shields. You'll want to bring resins to a woodworking station. Of course. What do you want to know? Fair question. Armies need all kinds. Of course. What do you want to know?
There is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me? A provision. Provision is a reward. Yes, I hope you... I keep an old rival's. Provisioners are quite... Should coin be... Roast pig is an easy recipe to learn. Provisioners are only. barrels. Should coin...
What sickness came unto our shores from across the Grecian sea? The good folk shook the bad folk side and told this tale to me.
I saw it myself. The light of Gonfalon.
Once you return with the ingredients, we'll determine whether you... I've always believed the hunt for ingredients. Now, the moment of truth. Go to a cooking pot with your ingredients. Should coin... Bring me your culinary creation so I might inspect it. Well, interesting scent. Do I detect a hint of Wamasu? No, that can't be right. Not how I do it, of course, but interesting enough to pass certification. You may now fulfill provision. Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing you. Enchantment. Potency. Absolutely. We begin at the enchanting table.
Jora, Oko, Jejota. Jora, Oko, Ta.
Craft a glyph using a rune. You should attach it to an item. Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still alchemist, as with master chefs, every alchemist. Yes, there's a quiet area nearby with mountains. Locate a solvent in some... An apprentice of mine. Good. Open. Potions have far. Blend the solvent's purity with the reagent's traits. Your potions have a slight fizz to them, but your skill with admixtures is unquestioned. Far better than my former apprentice. Mastery of 3 crafts is its own reward. Certainly. Decades ago, broiling... Certainly. Please specify.
Well,
from me, stupid thing! Steer clear of Tor Drayok, stranger. Those strange motes are everywhere. I saw one of them turn a cow into a person. I'm getting out of here before one of them gets... I don't know! I was just trying to cut through the area around the old wizard's tower there when I spotted those strange... motes. It was chaos! Unnatural things started happening, and then... No, not that I've ever seen. And I take that shortcut almost every day. The Magister who lives there and his Khajiit assistant, Ember, are nice enough. I hope they're all right. I'm not crazy enough to go back. You look brave. Maybe you could?
Get back here, you stupid thing!
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you look like someone who's good at cleaning up messes. I've got a big one for you, if you're up for it. I'd pay you for your time, but I need some... I was experimenting with a spell while my mentor, Magister Iren, was away, but the magic went awry. If it doesn't get dealt with, it's going to spread beyond this area and harm a bunch of innocent people. I need to develop a counterspell, but first their protective wards around the area need to be restored by someone other than myself, so I don't taint the magic. That's where you come in. Like I said, if you help, I can pay. Hold still. You'll need this unless you want to spend the next few hours as a sheep. Not as glamorous as it sounds. And here, take these crystals. You'll need them to restore the wards. The first one is in the... Mostly they serve to keep errant magic inside Tordriak's boundaries. You know, the standard 3 points of protection thing. Unfortunately, my spell kicked those wards in the teeth. They're not protecting anything now. The spell I created has my magical mark on it, if that makes sense. There are certain types of magic that can be affected by their creator, intentionally or not. Missing. Exactly. Magic is powerful. The name's Ember. Well, technically it's a nickname, but it's all I use. I'm Magister Iren's apprentice. I think he regrets taking me on sometimes, but he's got a big heart. He saw that I had no formal training and told me to come here to learn. This is Tordriak. There's a big wizard's tower. You can't miss it. I've been living there with Magister Iren, plus a few people who keep up the grounds and the tower itself. All of whom have been affected by my spell, I guess. All you have to do is place those crystals. Mostly trying to keep anything with Ilinten. Here we are. I'm going to cast a little purifying. That's one ward restored. Let's go fix the next one. It's in... I really should have paid more attention to Magister Iren when he was explaining how these protective wards work. I should have paid more attention to him in general, actually. The next... Unfortunately, no. The wards are just to keep the unstable magic inside the bounds of Tordrea. That way, I can work on a counterspell without worrying about the original spells. Magister Iren made sure I knew what they were and what purpose they served as soon as he took me on as an apprentice. He wanted me to be familiar with as much as Tordreic as possible, or at least the parts that keep it safe.
accordingly. Oh, you're a natural. Maybe you should have been Magister Iren's apprentice.